Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. I'm Teo. Today we're going to be playing some Genshin Impact. Hey Mecca and Lainey and Wolf, great to see you guys. To my greatest dismay, the potion thing won't continue. Like, I can't do any more of it for another 7 hours. And so now I have to go do Fontaine. I'm sure Fontaine's great. I just really liked the Potion Tycoon game. Your work permit in 2 months, yeah, you finally get to work for your cash. Nice! That's exciting. You finally can spend more money on your favorite games.
The opera at Eclairs. What a place to hold a performance! No wonder Linny and Lynette were looking forward to it. Huh. Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
Oh, Archon.
Is it just me or is Paimon's voice
bless
less
us
annoying
with a
than
bright
before?
and healthy child. We pray.
I don't know why you always
Nope,
feel the
worse.
need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy and lives a peaceful life.
Want to see the magic show? Heck yeah.
I guess if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll turn out smart.
You're gonna work to get money to buy devices to play said games
Maybe
better?
this
I
is
see.
one of the customs in Fontaine. There sure are a lot of couples here.
Vache.
Oh. What the film effect is going on here?
What's wrong?
Vache. Vache.
What?
No, Paimon didn't say anything.
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for children.
Lynette, you scared Paimon. Why did you...
Lenny asked me to wait here for you, remember?
Right.
That's such a cool tradition you forgot about it. It's so cool that I forgot.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you? Besides, it's the
That is
middle
pretty
of the
neat.
day.
That reminds me of
It's not the time
something.
for eerie things.
There's a tradition like that somewhere,
I
right?
see. I might be able to tell you something that could help explain the voice you heard. In fact, you might not be imagining things at all.
You're not sure?
I
There's
suspect that
something
what you
like that.
heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family have had similar experiences.
It's because of her sensitivity to the hydro element? But what would hearing a voice have to do with elemental power?
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what?
What?
What does that have to do with anything?
Just answer me. When do you cry?
Every time I use the bathroom.
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon's super happy. Oh, and also when Paimon's really, really scared.
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the
That's not-
tears that fall to the ground will eventually
That's
gather
not how
here.
fountains work. What?
So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
So, what did the voice say? Huh. If you were hearing their emotions...
When do you cry, Paimon? How about right
what
now?
happened to them?
Rather than worrying about them, we should worry about
Punches
my brother
Paimon
first.
real hard.
Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Linny might help him relax a little.
I just
before
noticed
he
she has
goes
like a
on
little
stage.
green tint in her hair.
Oh,
That's
right.
interesting.
That makes sense. Let's go in and see Linny.
You just realize how easy it is to make money when you're young. The janitor at McDonald's in your state makes $520 a week, which isn't a lot, but since you're still a minor, you don't have to pay bills. It's quite good. That's great. I could use $520 a week. Paimon has the most infuriating voice lines in Fontaine. Really? How come? If anything, I've noticed, I think her voice sounds less annoying than it did before. That might just be me getting used to it or imagining it. But what's infuriating about her lines in Fontaine?
Traveler in Paimon. Good to see you. I knew you
Oh
two
yeah,
would
you
come.
found it. Found out. Wait, what? Decided the Shogun out of the basement. Wait, what the hell? I'm so. You decided to pull Raiden out of the basement and use them in a team?
But
Cool.
you're actually right on time.
She rubs
The audience
Navia's
still hasn't started
mom's
entering
death
the
in her
venue yet,
face.
which means now is the perfect chance for
What
us to
the-
take you to the best seats in the house. Wait just a moment. I'll fetch the
Man.
tickets.
Paimon is kind of the worst about social interactions. She roasts complete strangers on like the most wild stuff.
The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seats, and here are your tickets.
You're so bored of your main team, you need to change face. Okay.
Thanks, Lenny.
I really like Raiden, and
Don't
her
mention it.
skill is
There's no
super
need to keep
handy.
thanking me.
I like using her as a support, but building her as a
Hey,
main
Lenny,
DPS is really
would you come over
common
here and take a look at
does
this?
pretty well.
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me. I'll go lend him a hand.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Lenny.
So those magic shows are pretty cool. Navia just explained her entire backstory. Now her mom died at birth. Paimon, so how's your mom like? Oh wait, I forgot she died. That's hilarious, actually. That's horrible. Don't get me wrong. That's horrible. But it's really funny that they paint Paimon as that stupid. You really like the magic show? It's one of your favorite cutscenes? Does Paimon ever sit? She only floats.
Hey, Traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically
Your favorite
empty
dragon's
still.
here.
It's kind of awkward if we don't say anything. Ah, you little... Of course you put this on Paimon.
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry.
That's the best.
I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh,
Man, his voice is
so
beautiful.
you heard all of that, did ya? Boy, you sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down. Wait, that's not it. Paimon's sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under
Your
her
review
breath
is so
like
cool.
that.
Yeah, I like New Blood a lot.
So, let's talk, but, oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of Linny's too?
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Nuvalet's, like, for being the
so
water
you're not
guy,
friends
his
with
lines are
Linny
so
then?
dry and uncomfortable.
Oh, this is getting more awkward by the second. Paimon nearly forgot to make her introduction. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the
I
trainer.
hate this line,
We just
Paimon is
arrived in
Paimon.
Fontaine.
The Zhongli of Hydro, truly. Yeah, for real.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Tevat, and as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself.
What a stupid
I
line.
am...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my
I
show.
hate that they put an R in his name.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me
Monsieur
to see your
Nervillet.
performance in person.
Wait, Nervillet? Could he be?
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillet is.
He's not a people person. He's not
Allow
much
me
of a
to
person at
introduce
all.
you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him.
I love that
It
they
wouldn't
put
be
a
too
little
much to say that he's the
subtext
symbol of
Judex right
justice
there.
and honesty here in Fontaine.
Ooh.
You like to imagine Nuvalet and Zhongli
Sorry
meeting with
for
their
being
adopted
so
daughter
rude
slash
just
bosses,
now.
Huta and
Paimon
Farina.
had no idea you were
There's
such
a
an
TikTok
important
about that,
person.
where Huta
No
and
offense
Farina are
taken.
texting each other,
Being Chief
trying to
Justice is
convince
merely what
those
I
two
do for
dragons
work.
to do the dragon
Nearly
dance.
every person
the
has their
TikTok,
usual
like,
reserved
the little,
seat, so
you know what I'm talking
I'm
about?
not so
The
special,
stupid
really.
little
And
toothless
by the way,
dance
I
that
should
is on
probably
TikTok.
let you know, even though I would prefer not to. There's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now.
Striking a
I
pose.
believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become
Only problem with
flustered.
getting your work permit is you have to convince your mom to let you work. She's quite protective and hates you going outside touching grass. Fair enough.
Huh?
Best of luck with that, man.
Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she has no idea that you saw right through her act.
Farina
Very
canonically
good.
posed
That is
to be
for the
seen.
best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
All right.
You like to imagine
Please
her
wait just a
rehearsing to
moment
be the
longer.
Traveler.
I've pretty much finished my preparations, and the performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Yay! The show is finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait! Paimon's never seen a real live magic show before!
You did Farina's story quest. She's now one of your favorite characters. Really?
Ooh,
Oh, good,
giving
there are
the
other
lights.
people
the show
here.
must be starting!
Alright, guys, magic show. Let's see what this is about.
Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epicles. I am the star of today's show, Linny. And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today. Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That
They really
way,
need to
even
learn
the
how to
gods
have
will be able
objects
to
be
help
handed
us.
over.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit
Guys,
the
stop
stage
fighting
to
in
make some
chat.
preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless.
There are two. Why is he throwing
But
cards
this
at
isn't
her?
what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes. It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do.
Is she gonna show up naked?
Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
This is cool, but because it's all animated, it'd be way cooler if they could explain it. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, they can just choose to animate it however they want to. You can't for certain tricks that you get so excited. Oh yeah?
How did he do that? Herman didn't seem to do anything. Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
Guess you're right. Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Finch really
Thank
likes
you.
magic
Thank
tricks.
you,
It's a whole
everyone.
thing.
I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just
Have I shown you
begun.
the card tricks I know?
I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone here.
Probably not.
The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking that
understand
escaping the
magicians are
water
hot?
tank was impressive enough.
I disagree.
But Lynette is
You like
still
them too,
my
but maybe this one needs
assistant
to get some
after all.
longer pants. Yeah.
In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member.
Oh, who could it be?
Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now. There are two
probably has a
boxes
knife in
and
his hand.
only two boxes. One is here, and one is there in the aisle
Oh,
among the
like,
audience.
yeah, I did. I did not mean like as a in a magician
I'm sure
way. I
many
meant
of our
like in a
clever
murderer
audience
way.
members have already guessed our next magic trick.
Fair enough.
A swap. Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box.
A whole minute.
Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Wow, how's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
The
Drawing
lucky
magic trick,
audience
you see?
member will be
Yeah, great to
generated
see it,
by this
M4.
random number selector. It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then, let's begin.
Why'd they have to do this in such a way that we have to click? Couldn't they have done this as a cinematic scene like the last couple of
Row
bits?
7, seat 3. Congratulations!
That's dumb.
You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire minute. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box. I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things
Yeah,
may
they did take
happen,
off their visions,
don't
but
come
like
out of the box.
random other people could
If
be
the
doing
magic is
with their
interrupted,
visions.
who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the fortress of Meropide.
Oh, okay.
That's the best voice acting in the whole
Before I
game.
enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do.
Okay.
Could you all give me a countdown? Like this. 60, 59, 58.
That's so
Just
funny.
keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like.
Jeez.
I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be
Off
relying on your
track.
voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh, Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that.
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58.
60, 59, 58.
That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
All of his talking is real, like, audience manipulation talking, you know what I mean?
53, 52? Why aren't you counting, Nervalette?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is. Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
Nouvellette, man.
You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something.
You feel him on that one? Yeah, for real.
Mr. Linney, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, midair right above.
Why'd they stop
Yada.
counting out loud?
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all.
doesn't know how to layer audio.
What was that noise?
They didn't even put a bang when they said the word bang. What the?
Not sure.
You still don't
Anyway,
fully
it doesn't
understand
seem like
Traveler
anyone's
even
worried
after
about
reviewing
it.
the entire Archon quest via VODs.
24!
Yeah.
23! What's wrong, Mr. Linney? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here. I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show is what's important.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have 20 seconds. Hear them counting?
19! 18! 17!
Well, this scene is really building up the tension at
These
least.
things aren't quite going as planned. I apologize, everyone. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10!
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
They really do the presentation of this like a real magic show. It's really clever. What the hell?
What happened?
That guy's freaking dead. What the hell?
Welcome to the murder mystery!
Is this part of the show? Mr. Lenny, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
Lenny, who's like,
What happened?
oh shit.
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in that box, right?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers.
Why'd they spell
Seal the
guards like
exits.
that?
No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Because they're French.
That's not how guards is spelled in French.
If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough.
Jeez.
Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead.
Oh.
His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic troupe. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now,
From
we're
a
still
legal
not
sense,
sure
this doesn't
why
make
we
sense.
found Cowell in the box,
What doesn't make
rather than
sense?
the guest from the audience. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance, and there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
Doesn't need to make sense if it's dramatic.
The serial disappearances case?
That's the case.
What do you mean they don't got time to make sense? They've had so much time. Fontaine took like 4 years to come out.
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. Did he really underestimate us that badly? I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linney, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
We spent this entire quest being a crappy lawyer under a biased judge.
This all occurred during your magic show, did it not?
Yeah,
The missing girl
it's
disappeared
interesting.
after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants, is he not?
So, I've noticed something about Genshin Impact. The theme of each nation is actually like a dramatic irony, like skewed to the left theme in reality. So, for instance, the Nation of Justice, there's very little actual justice being served to anyone, and it's all a farce. The Land of Wisdom, all the people that are supposedly holding up wisdom and the wise are all fools and do evil things and aren't actually trying to learn for learning's sake. They're just prideful. In the Land of Eternity, they're like literally right at the turn of a century, and the only reason that they're staying eternal is because they're being locked in their country and can't leave to go find out about new stuff like Fontaine's electricity and all that jazz. The Leeway and the God of Contracts and stuff stopped making contracts, and there was, you know what I mean? Like, I've come to realize that all of Genshin's nations aren't quite what they say they are. They're like this to the left, you know what I mean? And so I wonder if the Nation of War will actually be at war, or if they're just going to be like they're just going to be like talking about it, you know what I mean? Anyway, just a thought.
Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation.
Like a Cold War? Yeah, I could see that. That'd be cool.
Challenge.
That can't be right. How can Lenny do this? He was in the box on the stage the entire time. We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly mean catching himself.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linney and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
Huh? I just think that I think it might be a little early to talk about formally pressing charges.
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
How has Farina been in the justice seat for like
carried out under the cover of a magic show?
For like, what's it called? Hundreds of years, and yet 500 years, and yet us sitting here like can just tell that she's full of crap.
But what excites me even more than the obvious
You can see what you mean by it not making sense through Farina's dialogue. Like I said, it's a farce. You know what I mean? Like all the nations are a farce of what they say they are.
Traveler, you'll support Lenny, won't you? After all, he was the one who helped you the first time we met.
She's training him and doesn't want to make this formal since she doesn't have real proof. Oh, framing.
The
Yeah.
first time we met. But with Lenny's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But draws really are the most boring possible outcome. So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages, the Opera Epiclese.
I hate that they say epiclese. It's epiclese. Anyway, that's how French people would pronounce it anyway.
I understand.
You can just watch his court cases. Mr. Dragon is the judge. He
Have
does
now
all
been
the work.
pressed.
Yeah, for real.
And as such, a trial is in order. Well, traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment,
She still carries
I'd like
out
to ask you,
charges in Fontaine's
are you
troubles.
willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in this case?
No.
Very well.
But I don't have an
The
option.
trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth. Linney and his troupe are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House.
You're gonna make them stay here for
The
a whole
audience
day.
may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot
No snacks or
outlander
anything.
can build in such a short amount of time.
It hurts you that Fontaine's getting made fun of. Sorry.
I'm really
And when I say it's a
looking
farce,
forward
I
to
don't mean like it's bad. I mean like it feels intentional that all of the nations aren't what they say they are. And in fact, I'm going to think of it, even the Nation of Freedom has the most formal military out of all of them.
Sorry about
You know what I
everything
mean?
that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Cal. I know
That's
you
only
already
like the
claimed
second
you would defend
on-screen
me,
death
but
we've
now it's
seen
just
so
us
far.
talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer? Good to hear. Thank you so much for trusting me. I'm sure everyone sees me as the
Are there
biggest
other
suspect
on-screen
at this
deaths?
point.
There was
But
Signora
if you
and
ask
that
me,
random
the whole
guy.
thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left is confusion. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely
Like
an
who?
accident or not. And I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear,
Oh no, one of them talked.
I'm afraid I
They
don't
just
know
got
the
beat
answer.
up. Those dudes just
If
got
someone
punched.
tampered with my performance, then
Yeah.
I need to figure out what they did.
This quest also makes you
Even a
judge the
skilled and
Traveler's moral
knowledgeable
code.
magician like
Agreed.
myself couldn't pull all that off in
Granted,
just
the,
one
the
minute.
Traveler's moral codes are always in question to me.
Which is precisely why we
Back,
need to
darn, you missed
investigate.
it. Hey, M4.
As this book says,
We're just talking about
the impossible
how
could
I've
not have
noticed
happened.
that
Whatever
all of the
happened
nations.
must have been that
What the
which is possible.
Ayo, what the? That's really funny. All of the nations are secretly a farce version of their themes. So, like, Mondstadt, the Nation of Freedom, has the most formal military.
And religion.
And religion. Fontaine, the place of justice, has the most farcical system of justice. You know what I mean? And I've noticed that this is kind of true with all the nations. So, anyway. Our morals as well as feelings are double effed in this quest. The Traveler flirts with everything that moves. Of course, they have a weird moral code. They'll never recognize me now. This is so funny.
Them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh? Don't worry.
I love
Fontaine
that.
used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
You think the Saritsa
I
is the
think
goddess
they
of
look
love?
cute on
Actually,
you,
see your theory
Paimon.
holds up. Yeah, because she does not seem like a very loving lady from what we've seen.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't
You're
going to
referring
help
to our
me
feelings
now.
about Fatui.
I need to get back to my normal self. But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence. Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys. Thanks for that.
How do attorneys work
We'll be
here? Do
counting
you
on
just
you.
get some random
Yes, thank you
person
so
to
much.
try to fight the god of justice in a legal battle? Because that sounds impossible.
Yeah, just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Fair, we did just kind of roll upon
Oh, well.
one of them and threaten
I'm
them. and they
afraid
were-
that would involve some of our
their
essential
breaking
trade
berries.
secrets as
What?
magicians.
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort
Oh,
in
the
perfecting
Fatui.
it. But if revealing our secrets will
Yeah.
help you uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will be well worth it. We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
I still think it's weird that we're friends with Child. That bothers me.
Detective Paimon is on the case.
Because I don't think I would be friends with someone who tried to, like, blow up China.
Hello, officer.
You know what I mean?
How's the investigation going?
We judge Lenny and Lynette for being Fatui. Then we get all buddy-buddy with Child as if he isn't a mass murderer and terrorist. Yeah, for real.
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you.
I'll be real with you. I didn't know
avoid getting
Lynette
mixed
and
up
Lenny
in
were
this
part of the
whirlpool
Fatui
of
until
mess
this moment.
if I were you.
What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Lenny's assistants named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troop long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged.
And the two magicians haven't even done
As you
anything. We're
probably
friends
saw
with the terrorists.
when
Yeah,
you
for
were
real.
in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box.
It's
with
not a
Cal
big
inside
spoiler.
it.
I could have figured it out because Arlecchino's their dad, mom.
Yeah, I know.
This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and we're unable to find any traces of blood.
No, wait, no, I wanted to look at that longer. The freaking cartoon body. Why was it shaped like that? I'm so sorry. That shape broke me. That was like a Bugs Bunny hole in the wall. What the f was that?
However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water
We are
tank.
friends with another child that
Ropes
likes
holding
bombs.
the
That's
tank
true.
were then
Clee's a
burned by the
terrorist.
pyrotechnics on
Gingerbread
stage,
dad.
causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident.
That's how accidents
If
work.
anything,
Things
the more
line up.
logical
That's the
explanation
like
is that the
definition
whole
of a
incident was
coincidence.
intentionally planned, and Lenny is the most likely person to have access to all these.
What are we
areas.
laughing at? The chalk line that they made for the body looks so dumb and funny.
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys. I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their
Part
hand.
50 of If I Were in Genshin Impact, this never would have
I've
happened.
seen a lot of cases.
This.
And I can tell you that
It looks like a Fall Guys character. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, or the freaking, what's that game where you like little beanbag people throw each other off buses and stuff? Oh, what is that called? It's not Fall Guys. It's
Beastie Boys?
no, but yeah, something like that.
Something like that. I think that is what it's called.
No, the only thing coming to my mind is Beastars, which I know is an anime. I don't remember what it's called, but it looks like that. Anyway.
Sorry.
If you're in
tend
Genshin
to be
Impact,
pretty
Farina would have been
straightforward.
killed as soon as she
Just
challenged
know
us. Oh
that
yeah?
I'm warning you for your own good. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourself.
Short man Laney was gonna fight a god.
Maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
Huh? Case record, interesting. Oh no, I don't actually want to do investigation. I just want the freaking story to take me through. I don't... No! This sounds horrible. This sounds like a horrible gameplay thing. I need to pay attention to details? No, I hate details. Also, this is so funny. How could any character model from Genshin Impact look like that?
Where's their torso?
That's so funny. It was absolutely amazing. Besides side quests, there was no dialogue. Then it was not fun. Interesting. Samara decision picking, but even worse. Oh, jeez. This is so... This body is so funny. Okay, if you guys think it's fun, I'll try it. I just hate reading all these words.
So
Yeah,
this
how you
is
like
the
Fontaine
rope
so
that
far,
broke
especially
because
compared to
the water
Sumeru?
came to fall.
I just got here and just started doing stuff.
The rope looks pretty durable.
It's not
How
bad.
can it be burned through so
I like
quickly
the
by
theme
fireworks?
of Sumeru better, but I really like, again, the farcical understanding of how justice works here and this idea that you can really tell Farina's not who she's supposed to be. I like that a lot. Yeah. As far as comparing to Sumeru has so much talking. I don't know if this will too, but Sumeru has so much talking. Oh my gosh.
If we were in Sumeru, we would still be on Fontaine's
Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler?
Yeah. Then don't read them. You never did reading. Takes too long. Okay, fair enough.
Whoa.
A rope.
Look! This bit is made from different material. Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left. Huh. So if a rope meant to
Relevant
hold something
info will be
was
able to
made
be
with
reviewed in
that
your
kind of
notebook. It's a lot less
material in
words.
it,
Okay, bet.
Then that means... Wait,
This was
let's
murder!
write all this down. Let's take notes.
They use flash cotton. Flash cotton is what magicians use. That's a real thing. Well, that's interesting. So it gives me a big zone of stuff to go look at. Alright, bet. You feel bad for the person who has to clean up all the glass and water? Yeah. I feel bad for the dude's family who freaking
This
got
location
murdered.
has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list. Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine
Halsey's
who's
cool.
made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see
Also the
Magic
Genshin
Show.
X Fortnite thing? Yeah, what's
Magic
that
Troop
about?
members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects.
What
Simply
characters
put,
will they
She wasn't
take?
related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay then.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us.
What you want to know about is it
is of
nothing
utmost
because you never want
importance
to hear
that we
that
get to the
again.
bottom of these disappearances.
Oh, jeez. Someone linked all the collabs for Fortnite this chapter, and Genshin was in it in the games genre. That's really interesting. I wonder what characters they're going to put in. Dude, I would lose my mind if they put a full normal-sized body version of Paimon. That'd be so funny. Oh my gosh, I would love that. I bet they're just going to put the Traveler in.
The investigation team
Holy
has some
crap,
new
that'd be
findings.
so funny if
Turns
there's
out
just
there's
tall
an issue with the
Paimon.
random number selector after all.
You don't think the proportions of the models translated are?
Told you.
So? They
What if
have
the
all
machine
sorts of
picked some
characters in
big
that
guy's
game
seat?
where they just change
You think
the
the
models.
murderer would have still made his move then?
As far as we're aware, it's the
Sorry to
Archons.
interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the
I'm excited to see what they do to Nahida.
There's something wrong with it?
You're trying to help them?
That
be a tall order.
would be so funny.
Lenny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared.
Vintage
well,
on the green fit.
we
Yeah.
thought there might be a
Pardon
serious
him,
problem with the
Forces.
machine,
Yeah, so
we had to
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat.
You think
regardless of
Nahida
whether
will
it's
be a
trial
backbling,
or some
honestly?
performance.
Fair
in
enough.
other words,
But yeah,
Lenny
M4,
knew who was
read it and
sitting where
weep.
from the very
Apparently,
beginning.
Genshin's gonna be in Fortnite soon.
That much checks out. Lenny reserved our seats for us too.
Any theories on the murder mystery so
You see
far?
why
No.
I was saying that it'd be tough to make
None.
a case for Lenny.
Even though it's...
It's Halsey, the lady that went missing. She is the culprit. She did all of it. She's just a lesbian that wants dates, and so she's kidnapping people that are her type. And then now she's gonna go missing.
I see
what's-
that you're
what's up.
investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too.
You're gonna stream
If
the
you find
moment
any
that
new and
happens.
interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, all right?
Good luck. I hope you do, and I would love to watch.
Thoughts yet.
I'm not too far off with the lesbian idea.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first?
Hell yeah.
The way I see it. It all
Isildur.
started with that loud thud.
Like the son of Isildur? The true king of Gondor?
Yes, exactly.
Hello?
It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lenny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
I really hope my lesbian theory is correct.
So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the
She's just a
opinion
creep
that
that
it may
wants
have been the
dates
sound
and
of
Tinder
Lenny's
doesn't exist in
accomplice,
Fontaine yet.
Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank or something like that. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
Well, we already have evidence that didn't
Wasn't the
happen.
noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing. Oh, that's true.
Genshin Impact, the names of characters are so
suppose
dumb because the French
I
names
must reconsider.
are just like gravel and book. They don't know what they're doing. Yeah.
What was with that sound?
Yeah, for real. I mean, that is the funny thing is like in some of the nations you'll have like really interesting names that are like thematic for the area, and some of the places it's just like Barbara. And it's like, Barbara's not a German name, buddy. That doesn't fit Mondstadt. Why is her name Barbara? Why is this guy's name Lenny and Lynette?
He's still talking to the guards. It seems he'll have a lot of explaining to do.
Mamara is a big
I
name
think
of a
someone
name
will
of
be
a big
assigned to
MC.
monitor us later,
How
but
do you say
that's alright.
that? Mama?
I might be
Mama.
misspelling that.
That's just pronounced mama, isn't it? Like mom? Wait, that's mom, right?
I found it.
That's just French for mom, isn't it?
There it is. I fixed it.
Yeah, isn't that French for mom?
Yeah, it means my mom.
Yeah. Why? Hi, I'm mom. Good to meet you.
No, I'm my mom.
I'm my mom. The freaking, wait, didn't I already examine that? Yeah, it's got a checkbox. The freaking dad from Fairly Odd Parents, whose name is Dad. Am I starting to realize how bad the names are? I've been thinking about how bad the names were for a while now. Bonk. Where the frick? Isn't Fremine also like a normal like object name? Somebody Google that one. I don't know that one. I gotta go upstairs? How? Do I climb? Oh, is there upstairs over there? I don't know what you mean. It's the name. It's always gonna be better. What? What? Out the back, and then there are stairs in the entry hall. Oh, I forgot that this doesn't just go straight outside.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
What the French mafia?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken,
what the
you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
So funny.
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula?
You specifically love that
Mediating
old guy.
disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums.
Guys, this is
You
Team
name it,
Rocket.
Spina di Rosula does it. And I,
This is OG
have
Team
the
Rocket.
honor of being its renowned president.
To protect the world from truth and
Those
love.
who play by our rules call me boss.
They're better and you love them.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Jesse.
And
I'm James.
Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
His voice.
Boss? Demoiselle?
If Meowth was the boss instead of Jesse and James.
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle.
His
Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No, no need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
That man's voice is the best voice acting in Genshin Impact.
So.
Right next to,
Of
okay.
Girasula anyway.
Paimon learning French gestures for the
Merely
first time.
trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand. That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My
Why do they just have a couch and a table out here?
Judging from the look of things,
I feel like they
Lenny an
brought it
unlikely
in.
Mastermind.
I feel like they were like, we're gonna need to make a big entrance. And the two guards just carried her on the couch.
You come to that conclusion.
And the table. I know it's the waiting area, but like,
Intuition.
do opera houses have
My
tables and
unparalleled
couches in the waiting
intuition.
area?
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Lenny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she? But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the Justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels
It's a
charges.
courthouse slash opera
And,
house?
of
Yeah,
course,
but a
there was
table?
no way
I
Farina
could
was
see a
going to back
couch in a
down
waiting
that
room, I agree with
situation.
you.
Sounds more like
The table's just confusing, and I think it'd be way funnier if they just bring it in.
Well, what's your opinion?
Tea time is
You must
important,
admit
that's
that
true.
she can be interesting at times. But
The only character
liking
with
her
common
doesn't
sense
mean that I'll
and
blindly
understanding
agree
of
with
normal
her.
law. Oh yeah, Navia. They gotta have the table for the drinks. Okay,
All right.
you're right, you're right.
I've answered your question.
It's France, they gotta have wine and
It's time
tea
you
and
answer
stuff.
mine.
She's so pretty.
Wait a minute. Did that answer count?
Well, I say it does.
I wish I had hair like
Don't
that.
worry. You won't hear any pointless questions from me. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
I used to want my hair to be that long, but just.
And why would that be?
With how curly my hair is, every time it gets long, it's just horrible.
See, Silver and Malus? I told you they'd be different.
Yeah.
Most astute of you, demoiselle.
I love his
too
voice.
think that the traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then
All right, that's quite enough, Malus. Anyway, I
Fontaine
like your
brought
answer.
makeable
You
alcohol
passed
and you
with
can
flying
drink and give it to
colors.
anyone. Really?
Now, I need to make some preparations.
Malus and Silver, some of your
following
favorite
which our
NPCs.
joint
Okay.
investigation shall commence.
I just love his
You
voice.
two
There's something
shall
about
be my
it.
assistants.
Wait, since when did we become assistants?
Oh, well, I can be the assistant. Sure. Or your companion, if you like.
Oh yeah?
I'm really not that fussy.
We're gonna go on a date with you, Navia?
That's more like it.
far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth.
What were really good in combat? The alcohol?
You wish to save a friend from false
Fonta, the
accusations,
Fontaine alcohol, which
and
actually
we
gives a
wish
drunk
to
effect to
unravel the
characters.
disappearances.
That's awesome.
In
That's
this
so
sense,
funny.
Our goals are aligned.
You have a point.
Also, I've noticed
You're quite the talker, aren't you?
nobody in Fontaine has a French accent.
What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
Oh, alrighty then.
I think Silver's secretly stupid.
We'll be making some preparations first.
You know what I mean?
Just be sure to let
Because
us know
Malus
if you
is
start
like,
revealing
ah,
any
insightful thought. What about you, Silver?
Thanks.
I got nothing, dog. Like, also, you can give the drink to anyone, including the small ones. You can get Nahida drunk. Oh, jeez. What the Neopets is going on here?
But no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Linny and Lynette. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes. After the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection.
This is a Neopet.
So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At
They're
least
fish people?
Not from that point on.
None of these attributes say fish. None of this reads as a fish. This is like a weird rabbit Neopet thing. What?
I doubt there was much opportunity there.
They are cute.
either.
They're super cute. Don't get me wrong there.
You be so sure.
You don't know. They live in water places. Okay, so they're like water rabbit people.
Because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see
They are
Linny's
cute,
performance from here.
but they're
which
Neopets.
was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed.
You've done all the
let
Melusine
alone
quests?
if they had tried to
Are these like
we Melusines
Fontaine's
are good at that sort of
Arnara?
thing, you know.
Or are they better?
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left him
Kinda.
here.
Can they have
Thank you
visions?
for your help. This will be useful info.
You did it for the weapon. They can read human emotions, and also autocorrect keeps putting the word bacon in your work.
Performance venue.
If it helps, every time I go to type I'm back, like over text message, it always goes to say I'm Batman, so. It wants to reveal my secret identity to my friends. Wait. Was I Raiden this whole time, or was I the Traveler? I'm confused. Also, where the heck am I going? I was the Traveler. You missed out on an event weapon that gave a claymore that gets attacked based on how many Melusine quests you've completed. What? If you want to know what you're supposed to do, just press V. Oh, thank you. You're my hero. Yeah, I've never heard of that weapon. That sounds dope, though. If I want to change my character loadout, press L. Wait, what?
Understood.
I didn't know
Then
there's a
I will be
quick
going
key
with
for
you.
that.
Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good.
The
Thanks for being so
cardboard
agreeable.
claymore.
I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
You can't flirt with me. I'm an honest security guard.
Who's this?
Sometimes you forget those buttons too. Yeah, I did not know that
Rasula's
existed.
guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower. Sorry.
If you've got a problem, I've got a gun in my umbrella. I'll shoot it to death.
I'm a partner of theirs, and we'll be helping investigate this whole situation. And these are my companions. Would you
Jesse
mind if
and
they join as well?
James. Turning off of Melusine's hopes and dreams,
Fine by
apparently,
me.
since it doesn't break instantly when you use
New
it.
helpers?
That's
I would be most grateful.
so funny. Besides V, you always look for the floating icon. Yeah, V I remember, C for character, J for
Every day you get to
quests.
see the
I
secrets
didn't
behind
know about
magic
L for
performed
loadout
on
though.
such a large scale.
I appreciate
That's
your kind
really
interest.
funny.
Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
It's a very Neopet thing to give someone, is a big cardboard sword, run off hopes and dreams.
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here?
It sure
I'm
did be
not
a
trying
box.
to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it, huh?
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get? Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you.
I love learning about magic tricks. Lenny, this is your case and evidence reveal the shit already. Yeah.
Passageway under the magic box.
I suddenly understand M4's jokes about getting off track.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw
Nucle's
this
probably
place.
your favorite character in
The
Fontaine,
2
simply
magic
because you love
boxes are
refined
positioned
people.
right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel.
Genshin's a new game with unique
See
characters,
this flat
like the
bed
refined
trolley?
one, and the refined one, and the refined one. Hey,
The
wait a
box with the
second.
lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side
Which,
using
by the way,
trolley.
Nouvelle
This trolley can raise and
Zhongli
lower and even rotate,
Ningguang.
ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose
Half the
of
characters
box
from Fontaine.
inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along
You love
the
men,
trolley.
and it shows.
All while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about
You don't want to just pop in your head?
Where was
There's a
she?
cake with light green frosting.
I was in the
It
mezzanine
just looks
space
disgusting.
in the back of the box.
What? Where?
Oh,
You got 59 minutes to finish the assignment. Time to lock in. Good luck, Lainey. You got
That's
this.
how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And by the way,
Autocorrect a few words again.
I was
Great.
the one who walked out of the box
That's
at the
rough.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked! Wow! Every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last!
That's pretty clever.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the
Cakes
other
with light
box in
green
the
frosting look
audience area,
disgusting to you?
and the
Interesting.
trick would be complete.
Have you ever had a key lime
the
pie?
operative word here
'Cause
being
those slap.
would. But
You tried a
as
new
you
donut
saw,
today. Oh,
Cal
good.
was in the box, not our audience member.
What was it?
She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
Also, now you can realize it for a moment. Lenny wasn't sure if Lynette
If
was
not
still
for
in the
that
box when it
interlude,
was crushed.
this would have been
That?
an astonishing
Oh, wow.
trick.
That's sketchy.
I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime, so Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them
Barbecue
back up.
glazed Boston
Yes, of
cream
course,
donut
no
with
need to be so
sprinkles.
strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Hey yo,
Thanks,
what
everyone.
the?
We're counting on you.
What? That's cursed, buddy. Like, sorry, but that's just cursed. Get your barbecue off the donuts, please, because you will enact war crimes if you don't. Yeah. I wouldn't go that far, but that's pretty gross. Or at least it sounds pretty gross. A lot of things that sound gross taste good.
Huh. What's this?
Yeah, that donut is a war
Looks like
crime.
a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it first.
Oh, right. No way. So the L shortcut does work. That's so handy. Huh. Also, they messed up my team. It's just for the story quest, I bet.
The floor is wet. Please be careful
You
not
might
to
put
slip.
barbecue sauce in your mozzarella sticks, but
Speaking
that's
of
another
which,
crime.
Why?
But on the
would there
donut is
be
just an
water
act
here?
against all of humanity. I never knew about the L shortcut? No! Mecca just told me. Also level Chi-Chi. Why?
Tricks where you pour water into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear? And here's a broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
If I do that to catch it.
That
Look,
can't be.
I don't...
Trolley moves along tracks from start to finish.
I don't have a team that
hit the
needs
vase
either
at
of them,
this
and I don't
distance.
have catching, so don't worry, it's not gonna happen yet.
Let's note this down too.
You like to
Think
press
about
buttons
it
if you don't know what they
later.
do? Yeah, I hate that because I don't want to break something. But what team in my account does Chi-Chi even go on? You know what I mean?
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen.
You forgot
from
which
the
button
audience was
elemental sight
wearing,
was
right?
on? Oh, it's on
Clothes are
the
here,
scroller on your
She's
mouse.
nowhere to be found.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them?
I don't know if that's a good thing to prove, Lainey.
This is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
You know what it's on now, back then you didn't. Yeah. Also, we never talked about this, but barbecue sauce and your mozzarella sticks sounds not great. Just my opinion, but that sounds pretty gross. I'm not gonna let you get off with that without a conversation about it. What do you mean you don't have a team for her? In terms of outside abyss, catching would benefit you more than Raiden due to her skill and the fact that you only need to use her and Nahita's skill instead of using your full team to do Hyper Bloom Raiden. What are you talking about? What? What does Chi-Chi have anything to do with Hyper Bloom? Her skill is good for exploration. What is Chi-Chi's skill? Oh, not Chi-Chi, catching. I don't have catching. And I'm talking about Chi-Chi. Because you brought up why my Chi-Chi's at level 1. And I told you because I don't have a team for her. I don't have a catching. As a catching main, Raiden's better than characters he has. I agree. Your combinations as a kid were so much worse.
It seems someone could fit through here.
Those were acts against all of the universe. Oh, jeez.
Alone, perhaps.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were talking about catching. No, because you... No, I wasn't talking about catching. Because you mentioned, why is Chi-Chi not leveled? You better not do that to catching. And I was like, why would I level Chi-Chi?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, no, I don't have a catching. Even if I did, I agree with Finch that Raiden is better for my setup, personally.
Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yeah, Wolfmane's catching. That's like one of your best characters, isn't it?
Yes. Let's head back up.
Yeah, I just never mentioned it. I think you main catching a little bit less than Hu Tao or Farina, though, right? When you were in this room, you were stuck in there for an hour because you couldn't figure out how to get out. That's rough.
Sort out our findings once Malus
Yeah, you
returns.
split her between physical and elemental, but you use her as your Hyper Bloom driver.
That don't add up here.
Right, and your vaporized team is Hu Tao and
Apologies
Farina.
for the
That makes
wait,
sense.
demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement.
Speaking of
The
Hu Tao,
guards
she's like
have checked the
50%
area
of what you're saving
carefully.
for. Yeah.
No one left through the basement during the
What's the other
performance
50?
or after the incident, and no one was found hiding.
You also disagree with Nahita catching is already a powerful enough unit, and she's easier to use than Raiden, to be honest, since you don't have to stack ER on her. Oh, I don't stack ER on my Raiden. Not even a little. I mean, I stack enough to make it like her
Halsey's
burst usable,
disappearance and Cowell's death.
but she's an elemental mastery
Quite
Raiden.
inexplicable. Huh. No wonder Farina was so
I've
confident
built
in
her for Hyper
accusation.
Bloom, not for
All the current evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
Carrie.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
My A is a war crime.
And then trial. So if the charges
That
are
is an
upheld,
opinion you
they'll
have.
announce a sentence?
Then with Hyper Bloom Raiden,
That's
though,
right.
that's a different case.
This
Then.
is
Well, that's
how
what
a
I'm saying
trial
is I
goes in the
use
Opera House.
Raiden just for
During
Hyper
the
Bloom.
proceedings, the Chief
That's her
Justice
entire
and the
purpose.
Oratrice will hear statements from both sides. That's right.
You're only
This
saving
is
up
how
for a new
Indemnium
phone
is
and a new
produced.
laptop.
The
You'll
statements from both sides,
let you put two and
the
two together.
defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies,
geez.
and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the Oratrice. To put it simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will and is a judge in its own right.
You agree with
This
Mecha?
also
Raiden is
precludes
cursed
any
as a
kind
Hyper
of
Bloom character instead of
favoritism on the
catching, to be
part of
honest.
the Chief Justice.
What?
Not that this has ever happened anyway.
Super
Both sides
disagree
have
with you on
finished
that.
speaking. The Chief Justice
She
will
does
make
really
his
well
final
on my Hyper
decision.
Bloom team.
This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the Oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
You've kooky, but she's so low HP she can hardly afford the self-damage. Oh yeah, because you're Farina. Yeah.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same
We don't have
judgment, which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice.
Catching is good on the Hyperbloom
Yes,
team.
the guards also
Don't
asked
like
me
the other
to
one on
convey
Hyperbloom
that
team.
none of us will be allowed to leave this place.
As someone who
before the
uses
trial.
Hyperbloom catching, you disagree with them? Yeah?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so,
Lainey, relax.
prove
It's
problematic
okay.
if we
It's
happen
okay.
to spread
People can
key
like sign
information
out.
about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Silver is hysterical.
That said, are they providing food?
Of course.
No
I
nipples
just
is a
hope you
good.
don't mind the lack
Razor's a
of
good driver,
options.
but he's not
I'm
as fast as
afraid that
catching.
catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
M4, what is going on?
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too. I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and
This
sweets?
chat is cursed? You guys are the ones doing it.
Doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all. Just kidding, just kidding.
I still think Raiden is...
Even if there are no
Raiden and Kuki are probably, in my opinion, the best Electros for a Hyperbloom team.
mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Huh? Here? But how?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Are they talking about getting snacks? Is that the whole point of this conversation?
Yeah, they're getting smashed.
That's so goofy.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
What the f-
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome snacks soon enough.
These three are quite the interesting group.
Carrying an oven with you, you'd do the same. That's so funny. She did not make macaroons in a freaking...
Oh, it's even better now.
in a portable oven at an opera house with eggs and almonds that were in a dude's pockets. What the...
Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process.
That's... Do you know how hard and how long it takes to make macaroons? That's absurd.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
I love these guys. This is Team Rocket. They're so dumb.
Aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty, beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks. Don't underestimate beating egg weights, by the way.
How do we break
it's a
in
real arm
four?
workout. You also need to beat them
Oh,
to
with
just the
your
right
Hyperbloom
consistency,
team?
or your macarons will crack.
You're gonna self-destruct.
Anyway, give these a
What?
try.
Cole's
Fresh out of
totally
the oven.
viable.
There's 3 for each of us.
That's a joke. I know she's not.
She was my only off-field dendro.
Well, eating
The
too
other
many
one
sweet
was
treats
Tainari,
might send all
and
that
he's not
sugar
an
to your
outfielder,
head.
he's a noob.
You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a
You
sugar
think
rush,
Jincho is
would you?
almost pointless on catching?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is demoiselle's favorite. Strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts. No need for
You wouldn't use
concern.
Hyperbloom
I'm merely
catching. I
doing
just know
as
that
I
it's
should.
good. I've seen Finch's team in action. They do fine.
All right then.
The rest
Down
attack
to
combo is
business.
normal attack and a charge attack.
Paimon mentioned previously,
Meaning
the tunnel
Jincho
seems
still
to be
procs,
something
yeah.
of a secret chamber. However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they
Jincho's
lack
ultimate
any
only
logical
happens when you
motive.
do a normal attack.
Exactly. Why would they do such a thing right when
And the only man said a nice black tea, you start drooling there for a second. You really like black tea?
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some
You
altercation
think
between
Jincho would be better
Halsey
for
and the
different
criminal in the tunnel. resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction.
Sure, when she's fighting alone, but Jing Cho does enough
Criminal
hydro
thought that since
damage
she was chosen from
with
the
the
crowd,
bloom that
she
it's
would be
more than
too
makes up for the
easy to
difference. Fair
identify
enough.
if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But
It's the only tea
people
that's
left to
cheap and
consider
tastes good
are
as long
both
as it's made right.
technically
You don't like
victims.
Southern sweet tea?
whether it's the missing girl,
Yeah.
Halsey,
I've never had a
or
tea I
Callum.
liked. I think all tea is gross.
Halsey have secretly made modifications
Even most herbal
to the
teas are
magic
kinda gross.
props in order to murder Cowell before making her a...
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has
Hot
never
tea is
had
superior.
any dealings
I
with
do
the
like
Magic
hot
Troop's
drinks like
members.
hot chocolate, and again, herbal teas usually aren't quite right. Ooh. Have you guys... Do you guys know what sumac is?
Impossible case.
There's two types of sumac. White sumac, which is poisonous, and red sumac, which is delicious. They're very easy to tell apart. You'll never get poisoned because one of them is red and the other is white. It's... Anyway, when you get
You're
red
my
sumac
specialty
and
after
you
all.
put the seeds in
I
water,
see
boil it,
you've
and add
already
sugar,
had 5
it's
of
like
them.
really citrusy, like Kool-Aid hot tea. It's super good.
Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only
You mean updated catching vid, and he said for best rotations, normal attack and charge.
Please
Okay.
don't worry about it. At my age, a
It's
few
familiar,
less
but you don't
sweets
remember.
might actually
Sumac
be
is
a good
also
thing.
used in some Indian recipes as a powder.
Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough. Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? How could you?
With food, you're most familiar with Asian and Indian foods. You're not too familiar with Indian food. Oh, and Italian food. You're not too. Okay. Ooh,
Alright,
Asian and
we
Italian
did.
food is the bomb.
I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Malus, set up the stove again if you would.
Huh? What are you doing?
It's so funny that they're making these
Making
here.
sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Oh no! Why'd she say macarons? What the? I hate fake France. This place is horrible.
We don't want to trouble you.
As you
I
wish,
prefer Chinese food the most. I love Chinese food. In Abyss, that's not how that
And
works,
I have
homie.
the egg,
You're
sugar, and
not
oats.
beating 3 million HP with just skill. Guys, it's okay. It's okay. We don't have to have a perfect catching team. Relax. You're getting hungry watching all this food stuff? Man, now I want some, like, Italian pasta. Like some Alfredo? Or
Well,
chicken
that's
parm?
it for snack time. I'm going to have another look.
You call
around
in the
the area.
backup, there's another war. Somebody
know
get
what we're
mad.
looking for yet, but we've still got
He'll
some
ascend
time.
and crush
As
all of
attorneys,
us.
I suggest the two of you think the case over again. It would be awkward
You
if
think
you
her
got all
hyperbloom's only
tongue-tied
good
on
for
stage
in
during the
Yellow,
trial.
maybe? Alright.
Alright, thanks for your help and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go.
I don't like using
back
shielders
if I
unless
find
they're of the
anything new.
correct element. Because if they're Geo shielders, they'll just ruin your reactions in Hyperbloom. It kind of messes up the whole thing.
Alright, it's time to put our heads
Because
together.
crystallized
Gotta get our
ruins
defense ready for the
Hyperbloom.
trial.
It's a whole thing. Anyway,
Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case.
it is nuts that you've been playing for 4 years and don't have a single sucrose. That's brutal. What characters do I have that I don't use that I probably should? I should probably do something with Chi-Chi. I should probably do something with Sucrose. I've got all the pieces for a good Chevreuse team, but I don't care enough. I'll never make a Chevreuse team. That's pretty much it. Everybody else that I think is really good, I've built. Guys, relax. It's okay. It's okay. We can play differently. Nevertheless, moving on from this argument you guys are having, is there anybody on my account that you guys think I should build? Here, let me look at my characters. It's easier to look at format. M4, focus your attention on this for a second. What do you guys think? Is there anybody I should build? For reference, I've built her up to Raiden. These are the people I've actually worked on. Sucrose, you think? Yeah, she's a good character. I just don't care. If I get Kazuha soon, I won't need to build Sucrose, you know? And I plan on going for Kazuha. That's the real reason I haven't built Sucrose, because Kazuha's on his way. Sucrose, Gaming for a second DPS. Zhongling, that's all. Zhongling is built. She's up here. I mean...
Hey, I'm turning off my Wi-Fi because my thing's glitching, and it's usually a sign that stuff is about to crash.
I see.
So.
If Kazuha, then don't build Sucrose. Okay. Fischl, you think? I've built Fischl a little bit. So, these 4 characters, Traveler, Zhongling, Fischl, and Bennett, I've built... Or not. Yeah. Well, maybe not Bennett. Those 3 characters I've built the least, but I have built them. At least we can both agree on something. Overload and Superconduct catchings are Warcraft.
Oh, he would hate my Yoimiya and catching combo that I used to use before Dendro came out.
Well, it was before Dendro came out.
Yeah.
I agree with you. That's probably the thing I'll do. I will say, she is C4, so she's pretty close to being a good Anemo support if I ever get a good Anemo DPS. And I really want to get Shinha and build a freeze team, so I should really probably build Chi-Chi to build a good freeze team with her. We don't talk about Overload, Superconduct catching. Faro only level up for Wanderer and Zhao. Yeah, never mind. I probably won't get Wanderer or Zhao, so...
Question about your cryo team. Do you intend to freeze a lot? Because if so, Barbara's probably a better pick than Chi-Chi because of the hydro application and the healing that Chi-Chi would do.
What? Chi-Chi's a cryo character.
Yeah, I know, but like if you want to freeze opponents, you're going to need hydro.
I know, but there's more than 2 slots on a team.
Yeah, I know. I'm just asking.
Yeah. Why wouldn't I have both?
You don't really need 2 healers?
Yes. But at that point, Barbara would just be a hydro applicator. Like, she would heal in addition as a bonus. Why are we yapping? Kujasara's right there. Hydro Dragon is the judge of Fontaine. Actually, yeah, I probably... So, okay. Okay. Let me show you the copium I'm smoking right now. What I really want to do is get Nuvolette and Kazuha. And I know it won't happen, but... because I've got like 120 or so pulls to use. And by the time we get there, I'll probably have like 140 or 150. Meaning that if I get my 50/50s and I do it in soft pity, there's a chance that I get both. And if I get both, my teams will be glorious. Because if I get both, I'll have Raiden, Nahida, Jingcho, Kazuha, and then on the other team, I'll have Nuvolette, and then any fodder characters I want to support Nuvolette crushing the Abyss by himself. Probably get both, but not C1 of either. I know, and it would be nice to get C1 of Nuvolette, but also, it's kind of copium that I think I'm going to get both of them in the first place. Average luck is 68 to 78 pulls per 5-star. I know, but I should add Genshin Wizard to Discord so we can just check what characters we have.
Raiden glowed during her idol.
You didn't know that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she does that. That's a thing.
What the heck?
Yep. Anyways, freak, I keep forgetting to look at the Genshin Wizard thing. Sorry, I will look tonight. As long as I get 160 at least in your average range, as long as you don't lose 50-50. 50-50 losing is what I'm afraid of. Nevertheless, that's the stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and for the conversation, and for helping me build my teams and stuff. Also, any word on when the Leeway Chronicle banner's coming out? Because I need Shinha, and I don't want it to come out at the same time that I'm getting Nuvolette and Kazuha. The stream went by fast for real. It's crazy, an hour and a half has already passed. Any clue on the Leeway thing? You'll keep you updated with my leaks? Bet, thank you. You hate that the Chronicle banners only last for the first banner of a patch? Wait, they only last for the first banner of a patch? That's horrible. That is dumb. Beyond belief. Nevertheless, thanks so much again. As always, I love y'all. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.